Things are moving fast. Breaking news, we are to have a statement from the Prime Minister Boris Johnson this evening. Our political correspondent Joe Pike is in Westminster for us. Joe, what is happening?
Well, 8 p.m. tonight, Sarah, Boris Johnson will set out what these new restrictions are for England. Certainly, he said yesterday and today that more restrictions will be coming. We don't know yet what they are. I suppose that the sort of least significant could be Tier 3 areas, so about a fifth of England moving to Tier 4. But we could see, like Nicola Sturgeon has announced for Scotland in the last half hour, something more similar to a March lockdown. It seems certainly from what Jeremy Hunt, the former Secretary, has called for, from what Keir Starmer, the Labour leader, and from what Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, have all called for, that we could see something as serious and as significant as that. So Boris Johnson speaking at 8 p.m. tonight, setting out those details. We also expect Parliament to be recalled and Parliament to sit on Wednesday, so MPs can go through those restrictions, give their views on them. But I think it's very clear more restrictions are coming for England. They're likely to be significant.
And this follows that statement we've just had in the last half hour or so from Nicola Sturgeon in Scotland, announcing a national lockdown there to come into effect tonight. Joe.
Yes, the key fact in that announcement from Nicola Sturgeon was that it'll be legally enforceable, that people will need to stay at home from midnight tonight, but also significant that all schools will remain closed in Scotland until the start of February. Now, of course, there are exemptions there for vulnerable children, the children of key workers, but a very difficult decision made on education too by Nicola Sturgeon in Scotland. What will Boris Johnson decide to do? He has been loath to close schools, wanting to keep as many children in England in education as possible, not just because he understands that is vitally important for their development, but also because he realises by school kids being at home, their parents can't work, and therefore there is a hit on the economy too. Certainly others, including Jeremy Hunt, the former Health Secretary, want schools to be closed. They do want international travel stopped. We'll have to wait until 8 p.m. to see if Boris Johnson has decided finally to make such tough action. But I suppose the view of some of his critics, including in the Labour Party, will be this is an example of a sort of tendency they would argue we've seen throughout the pandemic, which is really Boris Johnson acting, but perhaps not quick enough, certainly not as fast as Nicola Sturgeon acted in Scotland. She, of course, arguing that Scotland is weeks ahead of the worst suffering parts of England. Boris Johnson, I'm sure, will set out full details at 8 p.m. tonight, and Parliament being recalled, Sarah, on Wednesday.